What's up, Mind Speakers? Welcome to a special episode of THiNK, where I talk about SZA because SZA released an album and she's the queen of my life. Ready? Let's go. As we all know, last week SZA released her debut album, Control. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna go over most of the tracks from the album, but as usual, I just have 3 topics I need to get to before we get there. Number 1, Tinashe. Oh no, Tinashe, baby. What is you doing, baby? Tinashe says that there are hundreds of rappers who look the same and sound the same, but in the black community, you're either Beyonce or Rihanna or you're nobody. And they basically sacrifice Ciara to make room for Beyonce and Rihanna only. So then she goes on to say that there's colorism in the black community, and as a mixed woman, she's trying to find her balance in the industry, and she feels that she doesn't fully fit into the black community and the black community doesn't fully accept her. Tinashe, it's not your mixed race or your light skin that is keeping you from succeeding. It's not Beyonce or Rihanna that's keeping you from succeeding. It's the simple fact that Tinashe doesn't know how to keep a sound and nobody knows what to expect from Tinashe. This is the reason why she's not succeeding. What person's gonna hear 2 On and All Hands on Deck, buy the album or listen to the album and hear Cold Sweat and think, is this the same girl? And actually, that's not black people who can't handle the differences, because black people can handle that. That's actually the masses that need to put a finger on what you are, and they can't do it. Even up to your recent singles. Ride of Your Life sounds nothing like Party Favors, sounds nothing like Player, sounds nothing like Super Love, sounds nothing like Flame. And then you release Night Ride, which is a full transient R&B album. No one knows where to put you. And it's okay to have different sides to you, but there needs to be more branding there. You need to start to explain where this dark side comes from and not just get in interviews and be a label puppet and talk like you're like a freaking member of Fifth Harmony. You need to get out there and be a superstar and be okay with accepting the adult concepts that you bring up and talking about the adult things that you bring up and where your music comes from, and start to really bare your soul and not just try to be one of the Ariana Grande girls. If you're gonna be one of the Ariana Grande girls, then you need to get off RCA, because RCA is recruiting the top R&B talent. Bryson Tiller, Ro James, SZA, her. Everybody is on RCA that is making real R&B waves. So if you don't want to be one of those people, maybe you guys just aren't doing proper business together. People don't just buy music anymore. They buy your story, they buy who you are. Everybody who's out here raving over SZA's album has seen SZA come up from her mixtapes and has seen the growth in SZA and seen what SZA has given from her mixtapes, and it's elevated. The same thing happened with Kalani. From her mixtape days up to her album, there was elevation. Tinashe, it got more generic after your mixtape days. 2 On was generic. All Hands on Deck is generic. Super Love is generic. And that doesn't work for your core fans, and so you've alienated them. You don't have a core. That's why you're not successful. It's not because you're light-skinned, it's not because you're mixed, it's not because of Beyonce or Rihanna. Ciara didn't die because of Beyonce or Rihanna. Ciara died because she alienated her core, which is what you did. So take responsibility for yourself and don't blame it on the black community. Remy Ma threw a funeral for Nicki Minaj on the Summer Jam stage as she performed Sheether, which everybody pretty much knew she was gonna do because that's why she was on the bill. Do I care that Remy did this? No. Should Nicki care that Remy did this? Of course Nicki should care. My biggest thing is that when she brought out Cardi B, Young M.A., Lady of Rage, Rod Digga, Queen Latifah, Lil Kim, MC Lyte, Moni Love, she brought out all these female rappers and basically tried to show unity with every other woman in the game besides Nicki Minaj, which is a tactic that is always used whenever someone is beefing with Nicki Minaj. And it always pushes this narrative that Nicki's not for the other women in hip-hop, that Nicki wants to be the only one. Let me tell you something. Nicki came out and she gave it up to every other woman in the industry. Every other woman to ever touch a mic when Nicki was coming up, she gave it up to them. And when Nicki was popping, she was such a megastar. Every single one of them got a chance to answer the question, how do you feel about Nicki Minaj? And a lot of times these same women, they laughed, they gave a backhanded compliment, they gave a no comment, they said a bunch of terrible shit about Nicki, and that made Nicki feel like, why am I kissing the asses of people who don't like me anyway, that don't want to see me prosper anyway, that just want to throw shade at me anyway? When Nicki knew she was the one that was gonna be next and was gonna be bigger than any of them, why should she waste her time? Why should she continue to pay homage? Because they didn't accept her. So she moved on with her career. Now, do I believe that every single one of these rappers that was on stage with Remy takes her side and hates Nicki Minaj? No. But the narrative that Nicki hates all female rappers is tired, and if we're gonna keep it 100,000% real, with the exception of the new girls and Lil Kim, because let me tell you something, if I hear, what the blood clot, I'm like, woo! You wanna rumble with the beat, huh? I know a lot of songs by a lot of these women, but I want y'all to tell me what the significance of Moni Love, Lady of Rage, Rod Digga, MC Lyte, even Queen Latifah. What does their music mean to you? Besides the fact that you're only excited about this happening because you hate Nicki Minaj. The XXL freshman cover came out. I know a lot of people are upset about it. I mean, it's this big polarizing list always. I don't get why it's the big polarizing list. I mean, really all they're doing is taking the people who are hot right now and throwing them on a cover. I know they used to have that lady from XXL that used to do a Breakfast Club interview every year and defend why she chose everybody and how the integrity of the list is important, and they really want people on the list to be the next ones up. But no matter how hard they tried, they really haven't been able to pinpoint who the next ones are. They've gotten them, it's just that not everybody on the list always makes it. If you like the people on the list, congratulations. If you don't know the people on the list, congratulations. I'm personally happy to see Amine there because that's my boy. Playboy Cardi is lit. A Boogie, PNB Rock, Kamaya. XXXTentacion looks like he's about to pull off a school shooting and he scares me, and I get all types of devil vibes from anything going on there. But I mean, he's on the cover, so I mean, congratulations to him. Congratulations to everybody. Just don't take the list too seriously. It's a cover. Like, Nicki and Drake blew up so fast they missed the cover, so like, don't worry about it. SZA released Control. What a fantastic album. You know, first albums for me are always the best albums because one, the artist is still hungry, so the creative energy in the first album is just so ferocious because it's got like fear of rejection in it. They're not living in mansions yet. It's a moment in time for every artist that cannot be recreated. So for me to get this from my favorite artist, it's an indescribable feeling. We're just gonna jump in and talk about the tracks and how I feel about them. We're gonna leave out the singles, so we're gonna leave out Drew Barrymore and Love Galore and Broken Clocks because I've talked about them. The album starts off with Supermodel. I love this song because it's classic SZA. Let me also add that it is the most Scorpio song I've ever heard in my life. She's literally blaming him for everything that he did, like going to Vegas on Valentine's Day, still trying to be savage with it, letting him know that she was fucking his homeboy, but then at the same time letting him know that she loves him, she hates him, but she still needs him because of her own insecurities. She wished she didn't need him to validate herself, but she really does need him. The song is phenomenal. It's phenomenally written and it's extremely honest. Doves in the Wind is probably one of my favorite songs on the album simply because it's got that hardcore hip-hop TDE feeling to it, and the song opens up with like the biggest hot take ever when she says, "Real niggas do not deserve pussy." And now every nigga who heard that at first was like, skirt skirt, like, what? But if you pay attention to the message in the song, she goes on to say, meaning it's more you see right through walls, ain't talking about pussy. Basically saying that sex is something so trivial to the experience of being with SZA that she feels like you don't go without having sex if you're just being a real nigga. If you're being real, you always have a good woman. It's not about sex. And it's not that it's not important to you, it's just that it's trivial to the experience of having an entire woman. And a lot of people didn't get that. A lot of people heard the hot take and were like, no, that's not what she's saying. The song goes so hard. That song gets a star for me. The entire album gets a star for me. God damn it. The next song is Prom. I love Prom because it's got like that 80s feel to it, kind of the way Julia did off of the Z EP. It reminds me of early summertime picnics or like a really peaceful beach day. But the topic is the fact that she knows she's immature, but her man makes her feel that way and she can't help it. She can't help that she's giddy in love with him. She can't help it. Like, he just makes her feel like a child, and she's like, promise to get a little better as I get older, and you're so patient and sick of waiting, but like, I just want to be young. I'm sorry, I just want to just be immature. And you really get that from this song. I love it. And the next song is The Weeknd. Woo! Hot damn. This song is amazing. And I love this song because it's literally about the side chick's perspective. And a lot of people are like, but it's extremely relatable to a lot of women. I've seen a lot of women come out and really love this song, and I love the writing on this song is phenomenal. SZA's pen is unmatched. Show me your pen, because I guarantee you it does not have like fucking biceps like SZA's pen. The song starts off and she says, you say you got a girl, so why you want me? Why you want me if you got a girl? The feeling is reckless. I know that it's selfish, but basically I'm getting ready to do it anyway. But there's like a secret tinge inside of her that you can tell that she really does like this guy, because she's wondering where he's at. Like, she's like, I'm wondering, are you coming home or are you gonna be out with her? But then she turns like back savage. She's like, it doesn't matter to me as long as you're here no later than 10:30 to, you know, drop them drawers and give me what I want. And then she talks to the girl and she says, my man is your man, hurt is her man too. Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I just keep him satisfied through the weekend. You're like 9 to 5, but I'm the weekend. What? It is a standout record on this album. And it's a big testament to what I love about SZA, is that she's able to take these life scenarios and like the most basic of life scenarios that everybody deals with, but sometimes people don't exactly sing about them, they don't exactly write about them, and she turns them into this beautiful sonic picture of what is actually happening that is extremely relatable, and other people aren't able to do that. And it's clearly her gift because she does it so well. I've seen her perform Go Gina a couple times before, but it's great to get an official recorded version of Go Gina. Go Gina is a song that I feel like you listen to in the morning. It's like smooth, but it's energizing and upbeat. She incorporates Damn Gina, which is a phrase from Martin. My favorite line from this is, picking up a penny with a press on is easier than holding you down. That's probably something someone has said about me, but I mean, I don't care. And she says, probably true what they say about me. It probably came from my inner circle. It always comes from your inner circle. Or lack thereof, because I don't know who I can trust. Like, phenomenal record again. Like, this album is no skips! Next one is Garden, Say It Like That. Standout record, because the writing, as usual, is phenomenal. Like, and it sounds amazing. This is a song that I like playing in my car a lot. It starts off, she says, need you for the old me, need you for my sanity, need you to remind me where I come from. Can you remind me of my gravity? Ground me when I'm tumbling, spiraling down to earth. You keep me down to earth. That is the can you remind me of my gravity? Right, SZA! She's just telling this man everything that she needs, and just like this raw emotional depth. And that, I just feel like you're really not getting writing like that anywhere else. It's only coming from SZA. Hoping you'll never find out who I really am, cause you'll never love like that. Oh, what? Like, SZA, I hope I do find out who you really are, because if I do, I will love you, because I love you now and I will love you forever. I'll marry you right the fuck now. The next song is Anything. I don't know if I'm comfortable with saying that this is my favorite song on the album yet, right? Because I play this album straight through and I don't skip a song, but I find myself replaying Anything a lot. When I think of SZA, when I think of the amount of SZA material that I've consumed since 2013, this is the sound that I think of when I think SZA. Before I heard this song, when I would think of SZA, it was floating around in there somewhere, and it's just like, here it is. And I love this song so much. Subject matter is basically about her and a guy who, like, I guess they're like friends, but they're not taking it there, and she really wanted to go there, and she's just saying like, do you even know I'm alive? Maybe I'll be perfect in a new dimension, maybe I should kill my inhibitions, but I'm down for the ride. Like, woo, the song is just, you can just sit in your car and just knock it like that. This is probably, it's a strong contender for favorite SZA song material. Like, I feel like when the album dies down and, you know, when it settles into your iTunes and has to find a place, I feel like Anything is one of those songs when someone says, hey, I heard of this girl named SZA, can you put me on some songs? That's going in there like with Babylon. Like, that song's going in there. It's phenomenal. Next is Wavy with James Fauntleroy, and I'm just gonna say this. SZA and James Fauntleroy together sonically is something that I never thought would happen, not for any other reason besides that, like, I love James Fauntleroy, I've loved him for years, I've loved SZA for years, but just the two of them together, I just don't, brain cannot compute. She made it a minute because she knew that's all that I personally can handle. I can't handle a full song like that, but she's been saying on Twitter that the full song exists. Drop it. I've heard things about there being a B-side to this project called Alt, but just make sure that is on that because I need that. I mean, basically to just take me out. Like, I think after that, my mission will be complete. I'm gonna die. That's what's gonna happen when I get the full Wavy. I'm gonna die. The next song is Normal Girl. Anyone who's familiar with SZA knows that SZA considers herself to be the tomboy type. This is all about the fact that she's aggressive and just raw sometimes, and she wishes sometimes that she was just like the perfect feminine specimen, even though I think that SZA's perfect exactly the way that she is. But it's about her own insecurities, and she says things like, wish I was the type of girl you'd take home to mama, the type of girl that daddy would be proud of. Like, I just want to be a normal girl. And it's a great song. I know a lot of women are connecting to this song as well. Next song is Pretty Little Birds featuring Isaiah Rashad, and it's good to see them together again because Warm Winds is one of my favorite SZA songs of all time. And once again, the writing is phenomenal. She says, you're but a phoenix among feathers. You're broken by waves among the sea. They'll let you die, they'll let you wash away, but you swim as well as you fly. Pretty little bird, you've hit the window a few times, and you still ain't scared of no heights. Basically just saying that she's made a lot of mistakes in her life and her career, and it's fine. It doesn't make a difference that she's made so many mistakes because she's persevered through everything she's faced so far and will continue to persevere through everything she will face. And I love that song for that because it's got a great message, and it's good to see the two of them together. SZA has not forgotten her roots. She's not gonna forget her roots, and this album really shows that. She knows who she is, she knows where she is sonically, and she's not willing to give that up. She's not gonna sell that out. She can still do what she was doing in her mixtapes and have it be authentic and accepted mainstream and worldwide. She doesn't need to switch up, and that's a page that Tinashe needs to take out of that book. But anyway, last song in the album that has a special place in my heart is 20-somethings because it's all about how you feel growing up in your 20s and, you know, how you feel about love lost, and it's a phenomenal song, and it's just SZA and a guitar, and she's singing in her like full voice, which is something that she did this album, which she didn't always sing in her full voice. She did a lot of like ambient singing, and now she's just found power in her own vocal abilities, and she's tearing it the fuck up. And this is one of the songs where I was like, you better fucking sing, SZA! And she says, how could it be 20-something, all alone, still got nothing in my name, ain't got nothing, running from love, only no fear. That's me, Miss 20-something, ain't got nothing, running from love, wish you were here. Stuck in those 20-somethings, but still praying that the 20-somethings don't end, and praying that I can keep the rest of my friends, and praying that these 20-somethings don't kill me. Because at the end of the day, is it hard being in your 20s? Absolutely, it's fucking treacherous. But do I want to be 30 and, you know, have gone through it and be on the other side to complete adulthood? No, I don't. I want to enjoy my youth. And even though it's difficult, it's rewarding. And that's what this song symbolizes for me. And I feel like that's what she was going for. And let's talk about Control. Let's just sum the album up. I'm so proud of SZA. I feel like I've connected to SZA's music for a long time because SZA's music is about, she talks about other people and how other people do SZA wrong, but she also is able to call herself out, and she understands that a lot of times the opponent she's talking about in her music is herself. And she's battled herself. Like in Babylon, when she says, I don't remember the last time I took advice from anyone. I don't remember the last time I took love from anyone. I swear I'll be the death of me. Like it's SZA against SZA a lot of the time. And I identify with that. And she's been able to overcome all that she's gone through and to put out this amazing body of work. And you know, someone who's been a fan of SZA from the beginning, I know she's by no means a new artist, but this is her moment. This is her first album, and I'm so happy for SZA. And my baby's gone. Like I can't help but feel that way. Like her star is just, she's no longer the music industry's best kept secret. She's now SZA, and she's gonna blow up. Like a lot of people know of SZA, a lot of important people know of SZA, but the masses are about to find out exactly what SZA is about. And she's gonna be the queen of this shit. I'm calling it right now. She's going to be the queen of this shit. And R&B is in a great place with, you know, women like her and Kalani and SZA putting out these amazing projects. I mean, with these women in the forefront of the R&B movement, we're in a great space, and these are very young women. So I'm excited for the future of R&B with these three wonderful ladies in the forefront of it. Congratulations to SZA. Everybody go out, buy Control, stream Control, listen to Control. Tell me what your favorite songs are in the comment box below. Just support her because she deserves it. And if you haven't listened to her mixtapes, I will link them to you below. You need to go listen to SZA.Run. You need to go listen to S. You need to go listen to Z. You gotta go and you gotta do the homework, because just listening to Control, you get the answer, but you don't get the equation. Just listening to one mixtape, but not, it's like algebra. You need to see how she built where she's at right now. I'll link all of SZA's greatness below. Let's start some conversations. What are your favorite SZA songs? Why are they your favorite SZA songs? What are your favorite SZA projects? What you love about Control? Anything SZA related, put it down below. Let's talk about it. And as usual, if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. If not, suck a dick, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Dudes that were saying that they like Cersei. Like, you like Cersei Lannister? Cersei's diet consists of nothing besides her brother's dick and the blood of the innocent.